Let's create a profile using an instant change step. First thing we'll need to do is go to the menu and log into the controller with a lowercase c TEK. And we'll go to the profile menu, choose the options to create a profile. We want to change this name to make it something unique, so we'll erase new and we'll call this one test. Okay, we're going to not password it and we'll ignore guaranteed soak. Those are advanced features we don't need to use on our ovens. And now we're going to create some steps. So step one, we're going to change it from a soak step to an instant change. And we'll see it drops right into some default settings. So let's change the target set point for loop 1, which is the temperature. Let's change that to 50°C. And let's make it 1 hour. Let's ignore the set point for loop 2, which is vacuum. And just for the sake of argument, we're going to turn on full vacuum, just so the machine's running. And we'll hit done. Now remember, every recipe needs an end step, so let's add a step and change it to end. And we'll have the loops end as user. These will go back to the settings they were when we started the oven. And we can have events at the end also, so we'll leave the machine under full vacuum. So we'll hit done. And we'll hit options, done. And there's our test recipe. Let's go all the way back to the home screen. We don't have to log out to run it, but sometimes it's nice to prevent anybody from messing with our recipes after we've created them. So let's just log out. Okay, now let's run this recipe. So right now, the present temperature, PV, is 21.7. Events aren't on. Set points are all zeroed out right now. So let's run this profile. Run a profile, test, run profile, and see what happens. There we go. The target set point, current set point for loop 1 changed instantly to 50°C. And we can see down here the name of the recipe that's running, test. We're on step 1, which was our instant change step. And there's 59 minutes left in the recipe. So what this did was it instantly changed the set point to 50°C. Now, the oven can't instantly heat to 50°C, so how long is it going to take to heat up? Well, if we started at 20 and we're going to 50, so we need to heat up 30°C, and let's say the machine can do 1°C per minute, that'll take 30 minutes to get to temperature. But our step was 60 minutes, so we have 30 minutes of heat up and 30 minutes of just hanging out. So that's how we get the 1 hour recipe. So let's look at, let's go ahead and terminate this recipe. Let's go back in and let's log in again, lowercase, c TEK, enter. Let's go to profiles. Let's go to our test profile, actions, view edit steps. Let's take a look back inside this step 1. Edit the parameters for the step. So here was our 50°C for 1 hour, and then we said we were going to ignore the vacuum. Well, let's switch it. Let's switch it from full vacuum to vacuum control. So we're going to turn on vacuum control, and let's put a target in for the vacuum. Let's say 100 torr. Okay, so now let's hit done, options, done. Let's go back to the main screen. Let's run this again. Run profile, test, run profile. Now we see that the set point for the vacuum went to 100, and remember we changed the events, so now we're in vacuum control instead of full vacuum. So now this loop is doing exactly what we talked about the previous run. It's going to take 30 minutes to heat up. But this loop is much faster. The vacuum should only take a minute or two to get from 760 down to 100. So you can see that these two both turn the knob instantly, but this one will get there much faster. So this one will be more like 57 or 58 minutes at vacuum. This one will only be 30 minutes at temperature. But we were able to run this unattended, and at the end of the 60 minutes, as we can tell by what happens when we terminate. We can see that they both go back to their 0 setting. We left full vacuum as the event, so that's something that you'll have to remember. If you wanted to leave it in vacuum control or you wanted to turn off, remember to set your events in your end step. So the part about the instant change, it's the easiest of recipe steps to use. It's the most intuitive. It's just like turning up the knob on your room temperature on your thermostat. It takes a finite amount of time to heat up, but you turn the knob up instantly and then you wait it around, and that's the timer. So this is very handy for starting a recipe or a profile, and the machine will heat up and vacuum down, wait a certain amount of time, and then finish with whatever you want, the preset temperatures that you started. The events can be what you want the events to be at the end, and then the heat where the vacuum can turn off at the end. And you don't have to be there at the end. You can come back later. You can let it run overnight. This is a very simple yet powerful recipe step that is probably the most important step to know how to use. So we'll talk a little bit more about some of these other steps. Let's go to profiles again. Let's view the steps. Right. There are other choices: soak, ramp time, ramp rate, wait fors, even jumps are in here. We can talk about these in another video.